Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. Saturday, January 31st, 2026. We're going to go through the monthly time frame since we ended a monthly candle. We're going to go through SPX, NDX, RUT, DJX, SOX, and show you what that looks like. We'll also do that on the weekly time frame. We're not going to pay attention to too many of the indicators because we know where we're sitting. Nothing has changed. Every single week we talk about the divergences, and we have a lot to look at. So the market value to GDP as high as 230%. That's I'm going to reiterate that over and over. We have a recession. A recession, follows a rate cut cycle. Okay, you start cutting rates. Eventually, you get that recession that forces you to cut rates. I'm not in that camp where I think the Fed controls everything and it's all about them cutting. No, the market forces the Fed to cut. It has to follow. It has to respond. It's a reactive, not proactive. Okay, so that's why they're always behind the curve. If you ever hear somebody talk about that, that's my opinion. So we're looking at a head and shoulder set up on the higher time frames and then an ending diagonal that broke down already, and we'll look at that, and we're back testing just now. And we have in the Discord, by the way, it's 99 cents to support the YouTube channel. If you want to become a member, come join us in the Discord. It has its cheddar flow data, which is phenomenal. I just talked to one of my friends the other day, and he had a couple good trades off of using that cheddar flow. And he was, telling me it was working out for him. I like the dark pool levels. Those have been working phenomenal for me. And so join us in there. We'll talk about it. The information, there's tutorials in there as well. And we're looking at tech earnings kind of completing next week with Amazon and I think it was Google, and Nvidia will come later in the month of February. And then geopolitical tension, that's all over the place. That's all we hear and see on Twitter or X and all those, all the news. I don't really watch the news, but inflation. So we had inflation numbers last week, and I'm going to tell you this straight up. The only way this inflation is going to get fixed is to have a recession. That's how you fix the interest rates. They're going to go down. Okay. Yes, you see them spiking, but they're going to go down. They're going to force the Fed to cut. We're going to be back at zero. We're going to start pumping money into it's the same old. Okay. So looking at Wyckoff distribution. And by the way, I have this number 2. If you look up Wyckoff distribution number 2, that's what SPX is doing, getting higher highs. And, it's actually distribution number 1 for NDX. Okay, so your options expected move for this week, guess what? It's starting to spike. I think volatility is coming. I don't think 131 is even going to reflect how big the market moves next week. We have 131 points to the upside or downside. It's unbiased by the options market. Clearly, I'm biased to the downside, and I'll show you exactly why, so make sure you stick around. We're going to show you some just fantastic trend lines and channel resistance lines that says, hey, we're at a top. Okay. So right now, I think we're starting wave 1. I think we're starting wave 1 on all degrees basically right now. And if not, then we have, I'll show you that little scenario where we might make just one more little high there. But we'll have to see what Monday brings. All right, so let's jump into it. We have SPX on the monthly time frame. Always like to look at this one. Starting off 1929, we made the lows here. We have a parallel that lines directly up to where we are now. Look at the candles. Look at it closely. Rejection. One more month that couldn't get above there. Yes, it's riding a little bit higher, right? It's an ascending channel. So it's riding up this channel, breaking down. We did, if you've stuck around with me for a while, have historic trend lines right here. And we broke down from them, okay? We did get above them. There's nothing that says you can't do that. but we didn't have this parallel drawn out at that time to know that we had a new target that was possible up there. So when we broke above, it just kept going. All right. So we are going to skip all the indicators. We're just going to look at the traditional look right now. Let's go to NDX. All right, we don't have a specific trend line that lines up with the top right now after playing around. There is some that cut through, but not as clean as SPX and the others. So I wanted to look at the candle setup here. We have this inside monthly candles, a hangman candle, and it's still not been confirmed. So we might have, I don't know if we spiked above it. I don't think so. 182.10. Yeah, we're still inside of it, below it, and we have two indecision candles here. When this resolves, it's going to be a banger to the upside or downside. We don't know, right? Well, we're at resistance, so I think to the downside, but we'll see what happens. Okay, moving on to SOX. And again, all these have negative divergences. All these indicate a reversal coming up, but this is a higher time frame, so things take time. And one thing that I want to point out with SPX, look how much time this takes. This, for that crash to happen here, it took 1, 2, 3, 4 months to turn. Guess where we're at? 1, 2, 3, 4 months to get a reversal. That's distribution. SOX. We drew this channel here, this parallel, and we lined it up with this peak here and these two troughs. Now we get a peak, just missed, and we're having a hard time getting above there. As a matter of fact, closed right on it. All right, so let's see what happens going into next week. RUT, and these are the cash indices, you guys. You can do it on the ETFs and whatnot, but I like to chart on the cash indices the best because there's no interruption from the dividends or contract rolls that are on the futures. I do chart those as well, but these are my favorite to look at. Okay, and with this move, I'm not going to count it all out, but at the end here, we have an ending expanding diagonal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we done? That's the big question. Is this a reversal candle? We shall see. It's not pretty, but most of the time they're not on the monthly time frame. DJX, I knew we do have a peak that we can look at here. So if you draw from 2007 all the way up to these peaks here, and you're right at it. All right, I don't know if that's perfect, but either way, a lot of rejections off of it. Couldn't get above it, couldn't get above it, couldn't get above it. Still, I don't know if it, like I said, it might not be perfect, but it doesn't look convincing to me that this is going to break out to the upside in this trend line. We'll have to see what follows through. So let's go back to SPX. Let's go on the weekly. Again, you see all this fight towards that trend line, just tapping it over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles denied off of that trend line. All right, and so with this, you can see our divergences. We actually have a sell signal on the slow stochastic now. Divergences, divergences, divergences. We're in a bearish posture here with the red histograms, just waiting for some tailwind to follow, and I think that could be as soon as next week. All right, and DMARC we can do because we have another week here. And just a 1, there's no real setup. It's still this 13 counts the setup, and a lot of times we talk over and over on this channel of either 9 or 13 or a combo of either could be the peak and you get the correction, or price goes a little bit higher and does the same thing, gets a correction afterwards. So NDX has a lower high, so it's still same thing. 13 is the top, right? That's the perfect top. It didn't spike above it, I don't think. Like I said, we 165, and that was 182. Yeah, just very few points away from there. But here's your reversal candle Do we get follow through next week? That's a big deal there. Look at all this price action sideways. Completely. If you draw a line here, it's just literally sideways for... And look at that. Just wrapping around this point, this pivot. Again, it's not probably the perfect middle, but 25.5. It's insane. And you can start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and maybe 15 if counting this one. 15 weeks. Yeah, right? 4 months. Sideways. Sideways. When this breaks, it's going to break hard. Upside or downside? I think downside, but I've seen arguments out there that it's going higher. Stocks. Again, rejecting off that parallel. Nice reversal candle here. We had a nice move there on Friday to the downside. I do think this is complete. RUT. So we did have a reversal candle here off of the weekly time frame, and then some follow through there. So that looks good for a nice reversal. We'll see how far we can reverse from this point. And I think it's going to be pretty darn far. All right, just some consolidation. Do we have a little bit higher to go? Maybe. We have some earnings that are going to come out. I'm sure that maybe it's Cat and all those Dow names that do get a new high here. Not a clean like breakdown from this point. All right, but if it does break back down past this, will be a fake break. Maybe this is just a throw over. And I think that's it for that. And I just want to go over the daily time frame. You have your options expected moves. You can see these. I draw these in manually each and every week, and you can see this just basically sideways and over, just a big cluster of options expected moves. I do have a video on intro to options expected moves. I did a video for members, $4.99 a month for the members. That alone, just the options expected moves, you can do it manually yourself, but I give all those for you if you're interested in that. But it's just, honestly, just for the cheddar flow, I know that somebody else said that there's another Discord with it for free on there. There's all sorts of fantastic traders. I'm super excited. I love that I had this Discord. I know I'm still pretty new. I don't even think it's a year old yet. It might be, but it's working out really well. And we have our traders that give their alerts. And they're just doing so well. And we just had some more join and giving their trade ideas as well. It's fantastic. You don't have to trade. You don't have to trade my trades. You don't even have to take my analysis with it. Even though I think we've been pretty spot on. But we have other people that are in there just nailing it. And so yeah, don't take my word for it. Just jump in the crew. Great community. Okay, going over to. Let's check out this summation. So the McClellan summation, I manually did this. This doesn't come with the indicator here, but I have this just from past experience, the extreme bullish line, the extreme bearish line. And although we started to make a little bit higher movement, that was all done with the market going up. The breadth is weak, and I think it's ready to roll over. We get back down into this bear pivot area, bull bear pivot, and blow it. Things are going to really start to accelerate. All right, so here's your ending diagonal. Now, what I was talking about, making an incremental new high, was you can count this as a ending diagonal where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. That's what we are first expecting, right? Price action got really tight. We had this breakdown, and then we talked about, okay, well, we didn't make any major breakdowns, so we have to expect the unexpected. So now we have this counted as a 1, 2, and these are all 3 wave moves. 3 was the peak up here. 4, and the unfinished business of 7,000 was finally tagged. Now we have to expect the unexpected. So, this could still be wave 5, continuing with one more little high here. If that happens around 70-20 or something like that, it's not a big deal. It's an objective short. All right. It's don't get all bullish and saying, "Oh my God, we're going to the moon, 7,000 or 8,000." Excuse me. I'm not sure that's going to happen. So, but if you are a bull, then you're looking for this at minimum. This being a leading diagonal for a 1, and then 2, and then you can have a 1, 2, and you start breaking out. And we're still going to come back to this scenario. Okay, you might not be like totally into Elliott wave or whatnot, but it gives us structure when we're thinking about things. So even if we do start to break down to the 50% from, let's say, this move here, we still have to keep in consideration that you could have a 1, 2 set up and you go higher. Okay, so we'll always keep this bull bear scenario, even though I think this is bearish. I think this is the end of a run. I think we're extremely overbought. Market conditions, the pendulum's going to swing back and we're going to get into a recession and reset everything. And even though that's what I think is happening, we still in our videos want to explain what the bullish outcome would look like. And if this is a leading diagonal and it breaks down and you make a higher low, then that could be a 1, 2 setup. Okay, I don't think that's the case. What else can we? So in the very low time frame, what happened Friday? What happened last week? We have a doji here, indecision, right? So I do have. Let's go to SPY because I have all the wave counts on there. And I know it's messy from the dark pools. They've been working. These clusters are fantastic when it's holding on to price back and forth. And eventually this is going to break down through these, whether it's upside or downside. I have both scenarios. The blue is right here. Maybe want to go tag this 700. And so if you're bullish, just in the very near term, we have this equilibrium, right? That's forming right here. And so why does this happen? It's a big deal to know why this happens. Near a top, we're either consolidating to break out. And so what you would have is this 1, 2, and then 1, 2 setup. And even right here, another 1, 2. So you have this nesting of either bullish or the opposite. And I have the opposite already drawn here, where you have a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup, and you're literally getting into another 1, 2. This breaks down, this is all going to start to play out. Now, I know that somebody will say, well, this is a triangle. You have this move up here, and then this would be my interpretation. When I said a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to the upside, that's super bullish, and things are just going to rip. If we are to go to the upside here, what I would do is consider this wave 4, okay? And this is an A, B triangle, and then C to resolve the 5th of the 5th of the 5th of the 5th of the whatever degree, a very, very major top. Okay, if we break directly down from here, I think it's a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup. Boom, headed down there. So we do these videos just about every day for the public. We definitely do them every day for members. If you're interested, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get all these videos as soon as possible where we go through these different scenarios. So we're in an equilibrium right now. You can draw your little triangle in there, and when it breaks out or breaks down, you know how to react. That's the whole point of these videos. All right. Thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.